Hello everybody, I'm not sure if I'm gonna put this on the previous episode or just, add this as a new one. I might do this as a new one, so welcome back. But my game actually crashed as soon as I did this, so I hope it doesn't crash again. Keeping hands off the keyboard so I don't accidentally click out of the window. Alright, now it's loading, let's hope it doesn't crash. You know, it's weird. The person I was watching, Radwolf, by the way, is who I've been following. His game crashed multiple times. Oh, come on. You couldn't have saved after. I actually had to do that whole chase sequence again. But this is it. Honey, I'm home.
Hey, Eddie.
Hey, have you checked your email yet?
I was just about to.
We've got another case. It's at the Windvale prison.
Oh,
Is that
good
where you
lord,
are
not
now?
a sequel.
Yeah.
I'll be over soon. But did you hear about Grantham?
No. What?
The place is quarantined. Nobody will be going in or out of there, which is good. We don't bother them, they don't bother us.
That reminds me.
Phone's still in
I got
airplanes
your wife's
mode.
cookies. Did she bake them herself?
Yeah, the girls help too. We're all very grateful of you. My wife wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for your help.
Well, tell her I said thanks. But right now I need you at the prison.
What's going on?
An inmate, according to the coroner, drowned in his cell, even though there is no water in or around the cell.
What have you found?
Well, I'll just tell you this. It's gonna be quite an adventure.
Oh, really?
So, our wife are... You're setting yourself up for a sequel. God damn it. Alright. I don't know if this is copyright or not, so I'm gonna get out of this. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Alright. I do appreciate the work done in it. I wish I would have gone through the credits, but I don't want to risk copyright music, because you know how YouTube is, right? I'm sorry. Alright, I guess I could explain my thoughts. The game itself was, mechanics-wise, it was pretty good. I noticed there were a few changes from the Amnesia. Like, besides all the obvious models and appearances. You do got the fact that I had a sprint limit, like, I couldn't sprint forever, so I had to actually wait for a bit, which, you know, could have made it a bit more, but the whole Amnesia Machine for Pigs patch that was needed to be added, I liked it. It proved potential, and to be perfectly honest, I think the pigs themselves were scary whenever they were chasing me. The problem is that in big open areas like what you had for the final boss fight, it doesn't really work. You didn't give the pigs any sort of path AI to track me, because I had the pigs that were, at least not to every place, I had the pigs that were like, while I was in the cage below, somewhere above and trying to get me, but they couldn't get over the railing and such. I don't know. It wasn't, you definitely did make the pigs themselves a bit more scarier by adding the music. I think it was good at first, but then it started to get a little bit annoying, per se. But to be perfectly honest, that final boss fight wasn't that terrifying. Like that blue creature, that blue pig. I mean, I was terrified of that thing, Amnesia Machine for Pigs. I didn't like that thing at all. And then you brought it back, and I got so apprehensive, so scared. And then it all went to shit because you didn't do anything with it. You also made it invisible most of the time, so it wasn't exactly frightening. Especially considering I didn't know where it was. I could just move. Most of the time, I could just move around the map freely without it being a problem. And like I said at the beginning, there was less and less of this throughout it, or at least it made more sense. But the cinematic cutscenes were not necessary, especially for the intro. Like, you could have made that a corridor for the player to walk through. That would have been really cool. But instead, well, you know what you did. I can't say that this is better than a machine for pigs. Like, it really can't. The scripting for it was very weird as well, because if you didn't go in a specific order of collecting items, the character would say things that haven't happened yet. Rather than have like a backup saying, like with the hammer, it says, okay, now, like whenever I put the thing in the lever, now I can try the hammer now. Why did I get the hammer? You could have said something like, oh hey, this is stuck now. And then whenever the player got the hammer, you would add the new phrase that, hey, this should work in repelling the lever after I stick the item in. I don't know. I don't know too much about coding, but I want to like it. I really do, but the fact that you deliberately set yourself up for a sequel as well is... It's kind of shooting yourself in the foot. Because... well, now that... what are you going to go off of now? Before you had a problem with your wife, now you just have... you have nothing. You just have another case. I mean, unless that's not supposed to be a sequel. That's just supposed to be... I guess sort of an afterthought, but... I don't know. I want to like it. I really do, but... in terms of actually being scary, in terms of actually making me afraid, it didn't really. Like, you used so much potential, but it was all ruined by something. Like, the whole area with the large pigs, for some reason all the pigs disappeared. I don't know why. I don't know why that happened. Why did all the pigs go away? I was trying to be all stealthy, and I died once, so I tried doing it again, and then the pigs disappeared. What the hell? I don't know. You had potential. You really did, but you didn't. Personally, I think that if there were a couple things that were removed from this custom story, I think it would have been a lot better. Like the cinematic cutscenes, just give the player control. What else? I don't know. And to be perfectly honest, you didn't do anything with Marcus or Mandus. Martin, that's his name. You didn't do anything with him. I mean, you just had his model there and he attacked me. I mean, yeah, it was scary, but it wasn't practical. There's no practicality in it. I don't know. I think I've rambled up long enough. This video is gonna be posted long after I record this, so I'm gonna actually personally go on the Amnesia website, or the main Amnesia Custom Story website, and actually write what I'm typing here. And if you want to see the text, if you're having trouble understanding my voice but can understand this much, go look on the page for promotion version. Not even version 2.0, just the page in general. And yeah, I think that's all that needs to be said. Oh yeah, also, you didn't do anything with the penumbra worm thing that you had. You didn't do anything. It was just there. Like, you might as well should have used the water monster. Save yourself some effort. Put the effort into some other things in the custom story, like the scripting. You got so much potential, but you didn't use it. You didn't use it. Nothing was practical. I like the boss. I like the boss music, for example. It was nice that it was there, but it wasn't used. Like, I really wish you had the ringing instead of the dramatic music, because then you could have overlaid it. And I heard the dramatic music in the background, yes, but you had both audio musics playing at the same time, and it just didn't sound good. Seven out of 10. It would be a 10 out of 10 except for the 3 things that I mentioned. What was it? The scripting, the lack of use of some of the models, I guess, the practicality of them, as well as, what was it? I had said 3 things: scripting, practicality, and what else? What did I say? Probably just, all of you who are watching are probably just smacking me in the face right now. I guess the puzzles will be another thing, because that little girl puzzle, you know, that would have been mildly atmospheric if you hadn't, like, why is the pig mask a thing? There was no indication for that. Some of the puzzles were a bit wonky as well, I guess. Although some of them did make sense, but I don't know. The explanation, that's what I need. There just was a bit of a lack of explanation in some of the puzzles. Like, you had a good amount of explanation in a good number of puzzles, like with the whole burning the pigs in the furnace thing. That made sense. That was executed pretty well. But, you know, the boss fight, as well as the little girl cell gun thing, that wasn't done well. 7 out of 10. Explanation on puzzles, practicality, and the scripting. Voice scripting, per se. The game only crashed once, so I don't really blame it for that. But, darn it. So much potential, but it was ruined by stupid little things. Oh well. I've rambled long enough. It's not as bad as the other custom story I played. What was it? I don't even remember what it's called. I didn't even upload the full series of that. That was so bad. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to be playing a bit more custom stories. Hope you guys are enjoying the Dead Space as well. That should be fun. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching. And stream! Yay! Ah, son of a gun.